Hello. Welcome to Gorgie TV. This is your man, Gorgeous Bear. Gorgie TV is here for you. Nana KD TV is there for you. Try to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to feed you with entertainment. I'm going to feed you with educative videos. Channel is going to fire. Try to subscribe, share the video, and like it.
Okay. Hello. Good evening, friends. We have to start our lesson. A lot of people have raised concern about this issue as to whether blood group actually concerns in marriage. And so today I want us to go through, I want us to go through and look at blood group and marriage, blood group and marriage. Very, very important. So I'll switch from this scene to another scene so that you can see the full screen, Very, very important there. We talk about classical ABO blood group. If you talk about blood group, what are we talking about? So that it will make you understand more into what we are coming to talk about. We will also look at the RH blood group. So we have ABO blood group and RH blood group. Then we talk about the blood groups in marriage. This is our main concern, So we don't want to waste much time. Let's proceed. So the concept of blood group antigens, So these blood group issues came out of some presence of antigen on the surface of the blood, Now when you take human blood, we have about 3 types of blood. So we have the blood cells, which are the red blood cells, which are the white blood cells, and the platelets. Today we are going to talk about the red blood cells. Of course, we can have the plasma, which is also very important. As we proceed, you will get to know that. So today our main concern is going to be on the red blood cell. Now, on the surface of the red blood cell, we have what is called antigens. Antigens are basically proteins, And these antigens we talk about here, they are immunodominant sugars, of which I don't want to go much into the biological aspect of it, But what I want you to put in mind is that we have antigens. There is a man we call Carl Lestiner. This man, he discovered the blood group antigen. So this is your red blood cells. So Carl Lestiner said that on the surface of your red blood cell, you have these antigens. The antigens can be A and B. The antigens can be A and B. Of course, every human being either has the A or the B. Now, if you have both the A and B, then we say that you are in blood group called AB. This is what he actually said. So some people don't have the A and B at all. So those colleagues we classify them as what? O. So what I want you to understand from here is that Carl Lestiner some years ago said that on the surface of our red blood cell there are antigens, which he named them, or he classified them into A and B. Of course, if you have the A antigen, then automatically he said you are in blood group A. If you have the B antigen, he said you are in blood group B. And then our AB friends have both A and B antigens on the surface of their blood cell. And of course, the O friends do not have the A and the B antigen. Antigen, very, very important. Very, very important. And so today we want to go into details what these blood groups actually mean and their major role they play in terms of marriage. That is our key concern for today. Our key concern for today. So as we proceed, enlighten you more into this. So Carl Lestiner said that on the surface of the red blood cell, we have A and B antigens. So if you have only the A antigen, you are in blood group A. If you have only the B antigen, you are in blood group B. Of course, if you have both the A and B antigen, he said you are in blood group AB. Okay, very, very important, very, very important. Now this is what he also said. So the antigens, okay, present on the surface of the RBC, which is the red blood cell, they are also called agglutinogens. So when you hear agglutinogens, we are also talking about antigen. Okay, now he also said that we also have something we call agglutinins, which are also called antibodies. Okay, agglutinins, which are also called antibodies. Now what this antibodies does is that, let me send you back immunology small. Now antibodies, they are actually produced by the plasma cells of the body. They actually fight against foreign substances. Okay, they fight against foreign substances. So if you have any infection, it means that there is a foreign substances, or there is a foreign substance, an antigen, which is coming into your body. So these antibodies will fight against it. Okay, so our friends who have HIV/AIDS, they are immunocompromised. It means that their immune system is compromised in some way, that their antibodies cannot fight against the antigen enough. Okay, so the thing, or what I want to draw your mind is that irrespective of your blood group, you must have some antibodies in your blood. Okay, so what Carl Lestiner said was that if you are in blood group A, you are not supposed to get antibody A in your serum or the plasma. So if I am in blood group A, I shouldn't have antibody A, but I should have the opposite. Okay, so if I'm in blood group A, my antibody will be what? B, which is very, very, very important. So if I'm in blood group B, my antibody will be what? A, which is also very, very, very important. So always remember that if I am in blood group A, my antibody shouldn't be A, but it should be B. Okay, B and A are not the same. Now if I am in blood group B, my antibody shouldn't be B, but it should be what? A. Now if I am AB, because I have both the A and B, I shouldn't have any of these antibodies. So if I'm in blood group AB, I don't have any of the antibodies. I have 0 antibodies. Okay, good. Now if I am in blood group O, of course I don't have any of the antigen. Therefore all these antibodies are present in my serum or my plasma. Okay, so please take note of this. We are building the concept so that you understand why blood group is either good in marriage or not. Okay, so let's proceed. Now blood group A, what is their antibodies? B. Blood group B, their antibodies is A. Of course the AB do not have any of the A and B antibodies, and O possess all the antibodies. Okay, now the reason why blood group A shouldn't have antibody A is very simple. There's something we call agglutination. Okay, agglutination. So if I am in blood group A and I have the A antibody, the A and A will recognize, okay, themselves. Okay, and there will be something we call agglutination, which is very, very, very important. Now agglutination is when there's clamping. Okay, clamping of your blood cell. Let's break down. It will lead to breakdown, hemolysis of your blood cell. Okay, what I want you to understand is that if you're in blood group A, okay, you shouldn't have the antibody A in your serum. Otherwise there can be what? Agglutination. The same way, if you're in blood group B, you shouldn't have the antibody B. Otherwise there will be agglutination. Okay, if you're in blood group AB, you shouldn't have any of the antibodies in your serum. If you are in blood group O, you shouldn't also have you can have the 2 antibodies, that is A and B. Okay, now the red cell surface, there are antibodies in the serum. The antigens can be A, can be B. If you possess all the 2, then you have AB. Okay, if you don't have any of the antigens, then you are in O. Okay, very important. And also remember that the body does not produce antibodies against the antigens it has. Okay, that one too is very important. So if you are in blood group A, your antibody will automatically be what? B, shouldn't be A. If you are in blood group B, your antibody should be A, not B. Okay, if you are in blood group AB, you shouldn't have any of the antibodies in your serum. If you are in blood group O, because you don't have any of the antigens A and B, you have to get all the antibodies in your serum. This is very important thing. So system, we have two major categories of blood group system, okay, which is very important. Two major categories of the blood group system, which is very important. And so we talk about them. So the first one I'm going to talk about is the ABO blood group system. Okay, another blood group system that we get is the RH system. Okay, the RH system. Like I said, if an antigen is present on the surface of RBC, corresponding antibody must be absent in plasma. So that is exactly what I explained, that if you have antigen A on the RBC, okay, the corresponding antibody A must be what? Absent. So people with blood group A shouldn't have the antibody A in their blood. Are you getting it? And then people with blood group what? AB shouldn't have any of the antibodies in their plasma. Okay, people with blood group B shouldn't have the antibody B but have the A in the plasma. Individuals with O can have all the two antibodies since they don't have any of the antigens on the surface of the red cell. This point is very important. Very important. So if you understand this concept, then we proceed. Now the same thing, if antigen is absent on the surface of the RBC, corresponding antibody must be present. So like I said, if I am in blood group B, it means that there is no A antigen, so the A antibody should be present. Okay, so these antibodies that we have been talking about, okay, basically they are IgM and IgG. Okay, IgM and IgG. So the ABO and Rh antibodies include the IgM and the IgG. So the point here is that, like I said, if you're in blood group A, okay, you should have antibody B in your serum. If you're in blood group B, you must have antibody what? A, which is very important. Very important. So with this we can proceed. So let's talk about the ABO blood group system. Now, like I said, if you are in blood group A, it means your antigen is A and your antibody is B. Okay, so under no circumstance should you have the A antibody. Okay, if you are in blood group B, your antigen is B and your antibody is the A. Okay, if you are in blood group AB, you have both A and B antigen, but you shouldn't have any of the two antibodies. Okay, if you are in blood group O, since you don't have any of the antigens, you can have both A and B antibodies. Okay, inheritance of ABO blood group. You know, ABO blood group can be inherited from parents. Okay, can be inherited from parents, but that we are going to talk about today. But what I want you to understand from this slide is that, okay, you can get or you can inherit your blood group from your parents, which is very important. Okay, so for instance, if a woman is in blood group A, which has these genotypes, okay, AA, and the man is in blood group A, and then the man is in blood group B, they can give birth to babies who are basically in blood group AB, AO, AB, and AO. But the point here is that always remember that you can inherit your blood group from your parents. That is what I want to take from here. Okay, so the Rh blood group system. The Rh blood group system was also discovered from rhesus monkey. Okay, that is why this picture is there. Discovered from rhesus monkeys. Then sometimes you go to the hospital, there will be like you're in blood group A positive, B negative. So then positive and the negative is coming from this rhesus factor. Okay, very important. So Rh antigens, like the Abo antigens, where we have the A and B. For the Rh antigens, we can have the C, you can have the D, can have the E, can have the small c, and the E. Okay, all these are also on the surface of the red cell, but the most immunogenic one is the D. So in most facilities, in most hospitals, what they check is the D. Okay, so the D is the commonest and highly immunogenic. So in most of our hospitals, we check for D. So when you go and they run your, or they perform your blood group test, when they tell you that you are A positive, it means that on the surface of your RBC, okay, you have the A antigen, and at the same time the D is present. So A positive means the A antigen is there and the D is also hot there. Okay, so I think you have started thinking about your blood group. Okay, so people who are O negative means that they don't have the D antigen and they don't have the AB antigens. Okay, people who are in B, people who are B positive have the B antigen and they also have the D antigen. So always remember that positive means the D is there, negative means the D is absent. Okay, very important. So D antigens too can be inherited. Okay, so your father can give you the positive or the negative. Okay, your mother too can give you that. Okay, so if you look at this here, the father is, the capital D means that the father is D positive. The small d means, so when they give birth, you see that all the children, capital D small d, capital D small d means that you are positive. Okay, so but in this case where your father is also positive, but your father is having the recessive gene, the capital is the dominant gene. Okay, and the D is the recessive. Now it means that your father is D positive, all right, but has the recessive, which is the negative. But if your father marries a woman who is also negative, small d, it means the two of the babies will be positive and the other two will be what? Negative. Okay, so the bottom line here is that you can inherit the negative or the positive from your parents. So individuals in the lab can be tested as A negative, can be tested as A positive, can be tested as B positive. Okay, always remember that if you are in blood group A positive, it means that you have the A antigen and you have the D antigen. And always remember that if you are in A positive, the antibody in your serum or your plasma is supposed to be B. If you are in A negative, your antibody is supposed to be what? B. Okay, so always remember that we have established that fact. So if you haven't checked your blood group, please do well and check, because blood group in marriage. Let's take a quick break, then we continue from here. Okay, very important, very important.
Hello. Welcome to Gorgie TV. This is your man, Gorgeous Bear. Gorgie TV is here for you. Nana KD TV is there for you. Try to subscribe to the channel. I'm going to feed you with entertainment. I'm going to feed you with educative videos. Channel is going to fire. Try to subscribe, share the video, and like it. I love you all.
So there is something we call hemolytic disease of fetus and newborn. Okay, hemolytic disease of fetus and newborn. A lot of people don't know about this. That is why I want to teach. Okay, before I talk about this. Now, if you are in blood group O negative, it means you don't have the D antigen. Okay, so if they transfuse you okay, with a blood which is positive, it means that the blood coming into your system is having the D antigen. You are in blood group negative. You don't have the D antigen. But now they are giving you a blood which is positive, having the what? The D antigen. And so your body will see that blood coming as foreign, as an antigen, something foreign. So what will happen is that your body will produce what is called antibodies, like I said, okay, and these antibodies will destroy that blood. Very important. And so we bring that concept here: hemolytic disease of fetus and newborn. In hemolytic disease of fetus and newborn, what happens is that the mother is mostly O negative, okay, the mother is mostly O negative, okay, and the baby is always O positive. Let's say the woman got married to a man who is also O positive, so the woman is O negative, then he married to a man who is O positive, okay. So these couples, the female is O negative, okay, and the male is O positive. Now when they have sex, okay, and there is pregnancy, it is likely that the baby can also become O positive, okay. So if the father is O positive, the mother is O negative, you see this DDD represent the negative. About 50% of the baby can be what? O positive. So what am I trying to say here? The point I'm trying to raise here is that if you are O positive mother, it is not advisable to find someone which is negative, because it will lead to hemolytic disease of fetus and newborn. Now what I'm trying to say is that if the mother is O positive and the baby is O negative, now you see that during birth, okay, there's what is called placenta. You understand that? The placenta connects the baby to the mother. So through the placenta, the baby obtains food and other things, okay, even oxygen, okay. Now at a certain point in time, the barrier that prevents the blood from the baby, okay, from circulating or mixing with the mother's blood will break. That barrier will break, and so at a certain point in time, there will be fetal maternal circulation. Like, what do I mean by fetal maternal circulation? The blood from the baby will circulate, will mix with the mother's blood. Now remember that the mother is O negative. The mother is O negative and the child is O positive, okay. So the mother doesn't have the D antigen, but the child has the D antigen. And so what happens is that when there is fetal maternal circulation, when the child's blood circulates to the mother's blood, when they mix, the mother will see the baby's blood, okay, as foreign, because it contains the D antigen of which the mother doesn't have. So when that happens, the mother will start producing what is called antibodies. Antibodies. The mother will produce antibodies. And what these antibodies will do is that they will start destroying the baby, okay. They will move to the baby and cause what is called fetal maternal hemorrhage. There will be hemolysis. The baby's blood will be broken down, okay. And so most of the times it does not affect the first pregnancy, okay. And you remember that the first pregnancy here doesn't mean that the pregnancy that you have with your husband. Maybe in your life you had some abortions, you know, there were some miscarriage, you know, maybe those are your first pregnancy. But this fetal maternal hemorrhage doesn't affect the first pregnancy, okay. So the first child is born unaffected because the fetal and maternal circulation are separate, okay. But subsequent pregnancies, okay, there is what is called sensitization. Okay, there will be production of these antibodies. The antibodies here is called IgG, immunoglobulin G. That antibody can cross the placenta and cause fetal maternal hemorrhage. And so your baby will be in your womb, and what you realize is that either the baby will die in the womb, or after you give birth, the baby may not survive. So people always complain that whenever I am pregnant, there is miscarriage, there is this. It could be as a result of this blood group incompatibility. Okay, so that is why we are saying that always know your blood group and know who you marry. Because if you are in blood group O negative and you have a baby in your womb which is O positive, there is likelihood that that baby may die in your womb, or the likelihood that that baby may not survive after he or she has been delivered. So folks, it is very important to know your blood group. Okay, very, very important. So this baby here is a critical illustration of fetal maternal hemorrhage. So you see, very yellowish. There is jaundice because of the breakdown of the red blood cell. There is the position of unconjugated bilirubin, okay, which are at brain barrier. So there is bilirubin and the eye. See, you find someone who you love, and you get into marriage, and later you spend all money on babies. It is very, very sad. Okay, very, very sad. See these babies as a result of fetal maternal hemorrhage, hemolytic disease. We could have prevented this if we choose the right person to marry. Okay, so is there any remedy? Rogam shot. Okay, Rogam shot. This drug is there, but very expensive, very, very expensive. So if you love your husband and probably you want to marry, irrespective of the mismatch of your blood group, let's say you are in O positive, okay, your husband is O negative, or you are in O negative, your husband is O positive, of which you know that when you marry, you may, be impregnated with a baby who is also O positive, which will result in the fetal death, hemolytic disease. You can go for the Rogam shot, okay, for subsequent pregnancy. Okay, you need to buy about 3 or 4, and just recently a colleague of mine just checked, and the cost was 874 Ghana cedis. So 874 Ghana cedis, if you are going to give birth to about 4 children, multiply by that, see how much it is costing. Probably the price has been increased though. So it is very important to prevent yourself. Like, prevention is better than cure. Okay, it's very important. If you have your money and you love the guy, still you can move on. But if you don't have money, what you can do is that say that, baby, I can't marry you. See that we can't marry because our blood group is mismatching. You are in O negative, I am in O positive. You can give birth to babies who are also O negative, of which it will lead to, fetal disease. This medicine can stop your antibodies from reacting to your baby's Rh positive cells. So when you take this medicine, your antibodies cannot destroy your baby's blood cells. Okay, so your baby will be okay. Baby will be okay, but they are very expensive. Now, if your doctor determines that you may have the Rh incompatibility, if your doctor determines that your baby is O negative whilst you are O positive, now you get a shot of Rogam when you are between 26 and 28 weeks pregnant. Okay, and then again within 72 hours after delivery, so that subsequent pregnancy will not be affected. So they can give it to you 26 to 28 weeks whilst you are pregnant, and 72 hours after delivery to prevent subsequent occurrence. Okay, does blood group really matter in marriage? Yes, it is very important to know your blood group. For instance, if you are in blood group O positive or positive individuals, okay, if you know you are a positive person, whether A positive, O positive, B positive, it is not advisable to marry someone which is negative, okay. So remember that if the mother is negative and the baby is positive, there will be hemolytic disease of fetus and newborn, of which it is deadly, and no one want to marry and give birth to babies who are diseased. Or that is why it is very, very important to know your blood group before you marry.